Brave is a Pixar animated movie that premiered in the year 2012. The movie follows Merida, the only daughter of the Scottish bear king Fergus. She's a skilled archer with a courageous and feisty spirit. When a competition is held to see which of three suitors will win Merida's hand in marriage, Merida competes for her own hand and beats all three men.
I am Merida, firstborn descendant of Clan Dunbrog, and I'll be shooting for my own hand.
However, this upsets her mother, and through magical shenanigans, Merida turns her mother into a bear. She and her mother must then cooperate to turn Eleanor back to normal, as they learn to understand each other better. Brave passes the Bechdel test, as most of the movie revolves around Merida's interactions with her mother, Queen Eleanor. Merida, the female lead of Brave, is an excellent role model and Disney princess for young girls to look up to. She's very independent and refuses to conform to the gender roles laid out in front of her. She would rather be wielding a bow and arrow, becoming better than some trained warriors her age, than waiting for someone to come by and sweep her off her feet. The movie also encourages the idea of how feminine roles are just as important as masculine roles. Eleanor is the perfect, dainty, and mannerly queen. However, she holds even more influence over argumentative tribes than her husband does. She can get and hold attention without yelling, just by projecting her voice. While the film focuses on mother-daughter themes, Fergus is also an important voice in the film. He encourages Merida's pursuit of her trade, as well as defending her skills to Eleanor, who is, in the beginning, against a princess having a weapon. He doesn't expect his daughter to conform to the standards assigned by her gender. That's a very important message to send to kids, especially coming from a male character and father figure.
In the first place.
Merida, a princess does not place her weapons on the table.
Mom, it's just my bow.
A princess should not have weapons, in my opinion.
Leave her be. Princess or not, learning to fight is essential.
For a movie suitable for young girls and being a good role model and its feminist qualities, Brave earns a 9 out of 10. Although Brave's female cast is impressive and definitely beats many of Pixar's past movies, Toy Story, the movie did sometimes try to make Merida's non-conformist views antagonizing by punishing her for trying to be independent and find her own solutions without guidance, which would have matched her attitude and way of thinking better. However, since she did not rely on male characters' interference with her conflict, it is still okay.
DreamWorks' 2010 movie How to Train Your Dragon is set in the Viking island of Berk. The story follows Hiccup and other Viking teens as they struggle to defend the village from dragon attacks. The rest of the teens, Astrid, Roughnut, Toughnut, Fishlegs, and Snotlout, are all Viking-like, whereas Hiccup is not. He prefers to think and plan rather than attack first and ask questions later. However, his outcast status changes when he downs a Night Fury, the most fearsome dragon, and befriends it in secret. The film is based on Viking culture, which places value on both the male and female sexes, with shield maidens like Astrid and Roughnut doing the same tough work and dragon training as the boys. Not only do both sexes share the workload, but the characters are well developed. Roughnut has her own loud and brash personality. She doesn't exist as just a love interest, she is a good secondary character that, along with her twin, provides good comic relief to the film. And Astrid is the best fighter of the lot. She is constantly flirted with by Snotlout, but ignores his attempts relentlessly. She is more focused on the danger their lives are in, rather than falling in love. Spoiler alert, however, when Astrid does fall in love, it isn't until she gets to know Hiccup as a person first. Feminism isn't just power for females, it is equality for both sexes. This film is not only good for both young girls, but it's a good role model for all children. It gives us a male main character who is more feminine and introverted than his peers. Hiccup is being raised by a distant single father who still loves him and wants the best for him, in a society where gender isn't what matters, but strength of character. When Hiccup is going through emotional turmoil, it is Astrid who comforts and encourages him. However, while the world building of this film in terms of equal society is exceptional, with instances of Snotlout being sexist, pushing Astrid aside and saying he'll handle a dragon, only for Astrid to one-up him, the film does have a few problems with being truly equal. Astrid can still be considered the prize of Hiccup, who pretty much pines after her for the most of the film. On the other side, Hiccup is a flip stereotype. Instead of the girl pinning after the guy, and changing her character to better appeal to him to gain his interest, we have Hiccup pining after Astrid, and initially only gaining her attention when he starts to change and become more Viking-like, or better at dragon training. Overall, the film has strong female characters and role models, as well as good family and friendship themes that are all good for children. We would score this movie 6 out of 10 on our scale. The movie technically passes the Bechdel test. and is a good example of how children's filmmaking, specifically with all children and females in mind, 2010 is probably one of the best eras.